What if I told you the red pill was just another blue pill? You've heard this story. Choice is an illusion, reality is simulation. Wake up, Neo, the Matrix has you. But here's what nobody tells you. The Wachowskis weren't warning you about a future where machines control us. They were describing the present, where we control ourselves through the fantasy of escape. The Matrix isn't about waking up, it's about the impossibility of waking up, the horror of knowing you're asleep and being unable to open your eyes. You take the red pill, you join the online community, you see the truth about society, about politics, about relationships. You're awake now, you're red-pilled. But you're still in the Matrix, you just moved to a different floor. Because the Matrix isn't the system, the Matrix is the belief that you can escape the system. The red pill is just another product, the awakening is just another sleep. This is what Lacan means by the real, not reality, but the impossibility of reality, the thing that resists all symbolization, the glitch that never resolves. Today, why The Matrix was a documentary about desire, why knowing you're in ideology is the ultimate ideology, and why the red pill is the most effective blue pill ever manufactured. Let's start with the scene, the most famous scene in science fiction history. Morpheus, two pills, red and blue, the choice that isn't a choice because you've already chosen by watching the movie, by being the kind of person who wants this choice. Jean Baudrillard, whose book appears in the film, called this simulation, not the fake versus the real, the impossibility of distinguishing them. When the simulation becomes indistinguishable from reality, it becomes reality. The red pill doesn't reveal the truth, it reveals another simulation. Zion, the real world, is just the Matrix's backup plan. The desert of the real is just another level of code. Sound familiar? You wake up to politics. You see the truth about media, about culture, about the elites. You join the community of the awakened. You have new language, new enemies, new rituals. But you're not outside ideology, you're in meta-ideology, the ideology that believes it sees ideology, the Matrix that knows it's the Matrix and therefore believes it's not the Matrix. Zizek calls this the unknown known, the things we know but don't know we know. The red pill makes the unknown known, but keeps it unknown that this knowledge itself is unknown. The concrete example, the red-pilled commentator who sees manipulation everywhere, except in his own manipulation, the awake person who recognizes all propaganda, except the propaganda of awakening, the Matrix inside the Matrix. Baudrillard's Desert of the Real, the phrase Morpheus uses, describes what remains when you strip away all simulation, and what remains is nothing. Desert, wasteland. This is Lacan's real, not objective reality, but the traumatic kernel that resists symbolization, the thing that hurts too much to think about, the wound around which subjectivity organizes. The Matrix application. Zion is the real made habitable. The survivors have built society, culture, meaning on the ruins of the destroyed world. They've re-symbolized the unsymbolizable. But the real always returns. The machines break through. The system reconstitutes itself. Because the real isn't outside the symbolic order. It's the failure of the symbolic order. Its internal limit. You're awakening to the truth about society. Does it last? Or do you find yourself back in patterns, back in consumption, back in the very behaviors you transcended? The real of your desire keeps breaking through. The personal question. What if the real world you're trying to reach, authentic relationships, genuine experience, unmediated reality, what if this is just Zion, another level of the game, another way of organizing the same impossibility? Neo isn't special. He's the one because he believes he's not the one, then believes he is, then learns he isn't. He's just the latest version of a recurring program. This is the structure of subjectivity under late capitalism. You're not an individual, you're a version. The unique self you cultivate, your brand, your aesthetic, your journey, is just the latest iteration of a template. Neo discovers he's the sixth one. There were 5 before him. There will be a 7th. His sacrifice, his love, his awakening, all programmed, all necessary for the system's continuation.
your rebellion, your authenticity, your refusal to participate. Are these escapes, or are they the necessary pressure valve, the safety feature, the way the system renews itself? The Matrix Reloaded revelation. The architect tells Neo, the Matrix requires choice. The system only works if subjects believe they're choosing. The red pill is part of the code. The escape is part of the prison. The ultimate trap is the prison you don't recognize as prison. The second most effective is the one you recognize as prison, but believe you've escaped while remaining inside.
Let's talk about now, the red pill as internet slang, the communities of the awakened, the pipeline from skepticism to certainty. You start with questions, mainstream media seems biased, official narratives have gaps, you find alternative sources, they confirm your suspicions. You're seeing patterns. The patterns multiply. Everything connects. The media, the government, the culture, one big system of control. You've taken the red pill. You're awake. This is what Lacan calls paranoid knowledge, the certainty that there's a big other who knows. The conspiracy theory isn't wrong about structure, it's wrong about believing the structure can be known. The red-pilled person is the most ideologically captured. They believe they've escaped ideology through ideology. They see manipulation everywhere except their own manipulation. In the superego commands, you must be awake, you must see, you must tell others. The awakened person is more missionary than the asleep, more certain than the uncertain. Cipher wanted to go back, remember? Ignorance is bliss. He saw the desert of the real and preferred the stake, even knowing it wasn't real. The film punishes him for this, but the film also proves him right. There is no outside. This is the lesson of postmodern theory, of Lacan, of Baudrillard. The belief in exit is the most effective form of capture. Desire requires distance. The object petit a, the object cause of desire, is precisely what you can't have. The moment you have it, you stop desiring it. The moment you escape the matrix, you find another matrix. Your when I statements. When I quit this job, when I move to that city, when I find the right relationship. Each is a red pill. Each promises escape. Each delivers new conditions of capture. This isn't pessimism. This is the condition of possibility. Freedom isn't escape from the system. Freedom is recognizing the system while remaining inside. The desert of the real isn't a place you reach, it's a place you inhabit. Neo doesn't destroy the matrix, he makes peace with it, he integrates. The machines and humans find coexistence, not utopia, not dystopia, but the best possible impossibility. So what? Do you take the blue pill? Go back to sleep? No, the binary is the trap. Red or blue, you're still choosing pills, you're still in the pharmacy. The question isn't which pill, it's why you need a pill at all. Lacan called this traversing the fantasy, not escaping fantasy, recognizing fantasy as fantasy and continuing anyway, not waking up, recognizing you're asleep and dreaming lucidly. The film is a dream about waking up, which means it's a dream that knows it's a dream, which is the only kind of dream we have, the only kind of reality too. You want to know if you're in the matrix? You are. The question is, which matrix? The one that knows it's the matrix, or the one that believes it's escaped? The red pill is just another product. The awakening is just another sleep. The only way out is through, and through leads back in. Welcome to the desert of the real. There's no water here, but at least you know you're thirsty. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. You watch this video, you feel like you understand something now. That's the red pill working. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? The answer is, probably nothing, and that's the most honest ending I can give you.